So I am going to be speaking about stagger pressure today because I have tried to type it out and it honestly gets way too complicated and it sounds crazy. Like I don't know, it doesn't translate well via text and I'm tired of trying. So first let me speak about what type of character I think Katana is. I think Katana in this game, as far as pressure and what she's doing, is a character who, surprise, surprise to all the old Katana mains, plays off of your opponent's mistakes. She plays off your opponent's interruption and your opponent trying to find their way around what you're doing, which is fun, and that's the way I like to play her. So, um, that being said, if you've played Katana in MK11, I feel like you should feel at home. So you would do things like back 1-3 stagger into back 2, which would catch your opponent trying to poke out, or you do back 1-3 1 in the string and stuff like that in that game. Similar stuff here, which feels nice for me because I used to main her in that game as well. I feel like when people message me and ask me about how to open people up as Katana or they can open people up, I feel like Katana has never been this heavy mix of character. Like if you think back the past like 6 years, even in MKX, this character, she had back 2 and back 3 in MKX, but back 2 was a splat, and she had her back 1 in the X-ray, back 3 in the X-ray, but you know, she's never been this heavy mix of characters. She never had those tools the entire match, and or like, at least with her X-ray and stuff. So basically, let's get into stagger pressure. This is all taken into account that you understand frame data. If you don't, MK1 has a pretty decent tutorial. I hate to say that, but they do. And they even actually touch on stagger pressure a little bit in there. So if you are very confused, you can even go in there and look at that. But they're not going to be as detailed as I am now. So, like I said, most of Katana's strings are between 0 and -7 in this game, which is very good for staggering. So we have Astra here set to down 1 knee on when she blocks anything. So basically, if I try to press up to my strings, right, I'm negative. So, you know, I if I go into something else, I get hit, right? That's just, how frame data works. However, Kitana has a crazy ass backdash in this game, which is very good. So let's see, I stand in 2, and I backdash. I could go into back 2 for 1 Punisher. I stand in 1, and I backdash. I could go into back 2 Punisher. This is very common. I do back 3, or it will have to be spaced. There you go. I backdash. I could go into back 2 and Punisher. It's very, very potent. It's very, very strong. She can do that off of a lot of her normals. That's how you normally will see me opening people up actually in this game. And it creates a very annoying mind game that your opponent has to deal with. But once again, you're hitting them because of something they're doing. Like, it's their attempt to get out that's getting them opened up, right? Yeah, like I was saying, the next option after they get tired of you doing standing 2 in a backdash, back 2, or whatever you're staggering in a backdash, back 2 to punish them for attempting to poke out, what they're going to do is attempt to hit you with a forward advancing mid, or they're going to delay their poke. So basically, let's say I'm doing back 2 and a back 2, right? Back 2 is -7, so if I'm actually doing back 2 and a back 2, my next back 2 will have a 23 frame startup if I'm just doing that raw. But even since we're backdashing, there's more time. They have a lot of time to interrupt us between those. So the problem is they need to chase us down because we're both punishing their attempts to get out. So basically, if they do a forward advancing mid, they'll hit us every single time because we are negative. So now, if I'm up close, I try to standing 2 backdash, Asher's going to hit me with this forward advancing mid. The problem is that Katana's space control is very good in this game. So if you're spacing your normals, she and a lot of other characters, this is very common, can't even chase you down properly without dashing forward. So, she's still getting whiff punished. And it's not like I'm reacting to this. Like, this is just something I'm doing anyways, regardless of if they press or not. Like, I'm doing it, and she's getting whiff punished. So that would open us up to the next option, which would be to dash up first to chase you down, and then forward 4, whatever your mid is. Or, yeah, so now she said to dash. Let me go in here and put this on recording with navigation so she can dash forward on me. Dash? All right, cool. So now, with her dashing, wow, that was very bad. Hold on. There you go. Now, with her dashing, I should get hit every single time. There you go. So now if I try to do standing 2 and a backdash back 2, she's chasing me down. Like, she's dashing forward and she's trying to hit me. Like she's reading me at this point. Like even with standing 1, it doesn't work. 1-1, that might work, yeah. 1-1 is very good. It pushes her back very far. But, for most things, it won't work. And it's going to change depending on what character you're fighting, and everybody's going to have different options, so you just have to be ready for it. However, now that they're chasing us down, it'll open up another option for us. So, let's say after back 2-4, she's chasing us down. Now I'm just going to 1-1-2 you. I get a full combo with Goro, and I'm opening you up because you are thinking to chase me down, making a read that I'm going to backdash. It's a very annoying and frustrating mind game that people have to deal with. There's not really an OS to it for, a lot of characters. Like, a lot of people just have to deal with it, and it's very, very annoying. And that's the main points of her stagger pressure. So it's basically how it's working is do a stagger into a backdash back 2. That'll whiff punish their poke out. Once they attempt to read that backdash and try to do something else to counter you, you start retaking your turn. Even though you're negative, you start to take your turn back, which makes it annoying and frustrating to deal with. And it gives you a lot of damage. Like, this is not something you want to just casually eat in a game. You end with jump 1-1-2, which puts you in the corner, gives you a safe jump, or it gives you an option to set anything up. So, like, it's very good. So that's the basics of the stagger pressure. I hope this, is well received and you're able to understand it. And if you have any questions, just let me know. It's kind of really hard to explain. Like, I don't know, it's just, there's a lot to it, and it's a big mind game that you always have to be worrying about. There's no right answer that's going to work every single time. It depends on what your opponent's doing and how they're playing, which is fun for you to read. Well, it's fun for me to read. I love playing her this way. It's very fun. It's annoying. It's everything for me. I actually enjoy it a lot. So, but yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know.
Finish her.